Opening night of IPL 2026. Royal Challengers Bangalore versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. The stadium is filled to capacity at dusk, with every seat occupied by fans expecting a high-octane start to the season. Rajat Patidar wins the toss for RCB and immediately chooses to bowl. It's a calculated move to keep the Sunrisers within reach and leave the heavy lifting for the second half of the match. Standing in their way is a duo that many analysts called the most dangerous opening pair in the tournament, Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma. This setup creates a massive amount of psychological pressure. The stadium expects a rapid, high-scoring power play that will force RCB into a defensive crouch from the very first ball. But the expected slaughter never happens. Instead of a boundary-hitting spree, the RCB bowlers dismantle the SRH openers within minutes. The stats tell a grim story. Travis Head departs with only 11 runs from 9 balls. Abhishek Sharma follows shortly after, managing just 7 runs from 8 deliveries. The stadium falls silent as a vacuum of pressure forms at the top of the order. In an instant, the responsibility for the entire innings shifts to a middle order that was never supposed to be exposed this early. Facing an early crisis, SRH can no longer rely on standard T20 pacing. If they play conservatively to save the innings, they'll end up with a subpar total that RCB will chase with ease. Captain Ishan Kishan walks out into this high-stakes environment and chooses a path that seems entirely counterintuitive. Instead of slowing the game down to rebuild, he attacks immediately. He uses raw aggression to flip the script, forcing the RCB bowlers to react to him rather than the other way around. His impact is a statistical anomaly. Kishan blazes to 80 runs off 38 balls, maintaining a 210-plus strike rate. The turning point? A 21-run over against Abhinandan Singh that completely breaks the bowling unit's rhythm and forces Patidar to rethink field placements. During this display, Kishan crosses the 3,000-run milestone in the IPL. It's a moment that highlights his status as a player who thrives when the stakes are at their highest. This singular effort gives his teammates the room they need to breathe. Heinrich Klaassen chips in with 31, and Aniket Verma provides a final flourish of 43 off 18, pushing the SRH total to an imposing 200. This was a performance defined by one man absorbing the collective pressure of a failing team and manufacturing a recovery through sheer force of will. RCB's chase begins under similar clouds. Chasing 201 is a huge mental hurdle, and losing Phil Salt early only adds to the tension. Virat Kohli steps in, facing the exact same pressure vacuum SRH dealt with earlier, but his response is quiet, measured, and entirely calculated. Kohli acts as an anchor. He doesn't look for wild shots. He absorbs the pressure from the SRH bowlers, methodically picking his gaps and only accelerating when the math favors him. He puts up 69 runs from 38 balls, relying on technical perfection. His cover drives and flicks are about timing and placement, rather than the high-risk power hitting we saw earlier. Kohli's role was to provide a foundation that removed the possibility of a collapse, ensuring that the chase remained under control regardless of what happened at the other end. This approach created a dynamic where the safety of one player significantly increased the threat of his partner. Because Kohli locked down his end and minimized risk, the batsman facing the other bowler was given a license for absolute, unrestrained aggression. Padikkal steps into this environment. With Kohli providing the security, Padikkal is free to focus entirely on demolition. The result is a hyper-explosive 61 runs off only 26 balls. Padikkal can swing at everything because he knows Kohli is there to steady the ship if he misses. This creates an impossible situation for the Sunrisers bowlers. If they bowl to Kohli, he punishes them with precision. If they bowl to Padikkal, he destroys them with power. They are forced to defend 2 completely different styles at once. This combination proved that a balanced, 2-pronged attack is often more effective than a single heroic effort, as it attacks a bowling unit strategy from 2 conflicting angles. The final score reflects the efficiency of that strategy. RCB reached the 201-run target in a staggering 15.4 overs. To chase down a target of 200 with more than 4 full overs to spare is almost unheard of in professional cricket. It is a statistical demolition of a very competitive total. Ishan Kishan showed that a single player can save a team through individual brilliance and pure momentum. However, Kohli and Padikkal demonstrated that a calculated, high-synergy partnership makes even a massive total feel small. It raises the ultimate question for the rest of the 2026 season. Is it better to have a single superstar who can save you, or a system that works together to break the game? Who was the real hero of this match? Was it Kishan's impossible rescue, or Kohli's clinical chase? Let us know in the comments.